Good morning, children. Welcome Narayana Live Classes Key Discussion. Welcome everyone to the Narayana Live Classes Key Discussion. That is Social Studies Class 10. The topic is the people. Assignment number 4. Assignment number 4. Right, children? And today actually we have started already this lesson. You have completed learning why this population is a very important element in the social studies, and what is a census, what is age structure, all these things already we have learned. Today in this assignment we are going to learn about, that is, sex ratio, literacy rate, the population change, and what are the attributes of the population change, that is birth rate, death rate, and migrations, the reasons for the continuous increase in the population. All these things we are going to learn in this today's assignment. So you know very well, children, that there is a hidden discrimination shown on the lives of the girl children. Girl children, usually we feel that the girl children are born very less in number, but astonishingly, if you see that the girl children, they are born 103 out of 100 male babies. 100 male babies are born in the country, 103 are the girl babies. But even then, the sex ratio is only 907. That shows very clearly that in our country, the children, the girl babies are born, but they are dying before they reach the age. So, children, let us have the first question based upon this gender bias or gender discrimination, that is sex ratio. So, the number of female babies born for every 100 male babies in our country. The number of female babies, now do you know? For every 100 male babies, 103 female babies are born. How many female babies are born? 103 female babies are born for every 100 male babies. But even then, the sex ratio is very low. The sex ratio. But some states like Kerala has a positive sex ratio. Kerala, Haryana, they have a positive sex ratios. So, children, first of all, what is sex ratio? What is meant by sex ratio? The number of females for every 1,000 male. For every 1,000 males is known as the sex ratio. It is known as the sex ratio. Okay. And see, children, next one is literacy rate. You know that during 1947, when we achieved the independence, at that particular time, the literacy rate of India is very less. It is only 12%. But now today, according to the 2011 census, of course we are in 2020, but the census was taken during 2011, no? So, according to the 2011 census, that is officially, what is the literacy percentage of India means, it is 74.04%. But here you need to identify the mismatch. The mismatch question is based upon the literacy rate. Literacy rate in 1947 is 12%, that is correct, and 2011 is 84.04%, that is wrong. So, the what is a mismatch? Mismatch is 84.04% and 2011. This is the mismatch. And see, based upon the information that is given in the first pair, you need to fill the second pair. What is the first pair information? The first pair information is showing that population change is equal to, that is calculated in the absolute numbers. That means what? If we deduct the earlier data from the later data, then we will get the absolute numbers, the population change. 1911 data, if we deduct from 1921, we will get the population change. That is absolute numbers. But the rate of change, how we have to calculate the rate of change means, the rate of population change is always calculated in the percentage. That is always calculated in the percentage. That means 12%, 2%, 3% change is there, like that we will be calculating. The rate of change of the population change is calculated in the percentage terms. Okay, and you know very well, children, that population, how the population of India has been changing continuously. There is a graph that is given in textbook. See that graph that is given in your textbook. See here that textbook graph is given now. So based upon this textbook graph, a question has been designed. That is for the first time when the population has declined. When the population has declined for the first time. See 1901, 1911, 1921, 1931. For every decade the data has been given. And for the first time it has come down in the year 1921. The 1921, that is due to famines and droughts. Famines and droughts. 1921, for the first time the population has declined. Okay, and then the next question is, after that if you see that graph, you will observe that from then onwards the population has never declined, but it was increasing and increasing only. Continuously it was increasing. So can you tell two reasons for the increase in the population size of the country? Very simple, children. First one is increase in the birth rate. Increase in the birth rate. Why the birth rate has increased? Because of better medical facilities. Better medical facilities, the birth rate has increased. That is the first one. Second one is decrease in the death rate. Decrease in the death rate. Death rate has declined. Why death rate has declined? What is the reason? The effective control of epidemic diseases. Like now we have corona, but we are trying to control that with the help of vaccines, no? Like that previously when smallpox, plague, these very dreadful diseases were there, even these diseases were also controlled very effectively, and hence the population, the death rate has been declined. So the decrease in death rate, is also one of the reason for the increase in the population. So these are the two reasons for the continuous increase in the population. So children, now the next one is you need to define the birth rate. You need to define the birth rate. What is meant by birth rate? The number of live births for every 1,000 births. The number of live births. The number of live births for every 1,000 births. The number of live births for every 1,000 births in the country in a year. In a year, that is called as the birth rate. That is called as the birth rate. Okay, children. So, see how do we calculate the population change of a particular area? How do we calculate the population change of a particular area? How do we calculate that? Very simple, children. Simple formula. That is the number of births means how many are there? Number of births plus number of immigrants. Number of immigrants minus number of deaths plus number of out migrants. How many went out? Out migrants means how many went out. So if we subtract this, we will get the population change of an area. We can get very easily that, for example, today there are 100 members. So for this 100, tomorrow 2 births were there and 2 people went away. Means 2 births were there, but 2 people went away, out migrants. 2 minus 2, 2 minus 2, that is equal to 0. 2 minus 2 is equal to 0. So that is same, the number remains same. The number remains the same. Like this, based upon this, we can calculate the population change of a particular area. So how do we calculate the population change in an area? The number of births plus number of immigrants minus number of deaths plus number of out migrants. That gives us the population change of a area. See, already we know that there was a unseen discrimination against the girl babies or against the woman or against gender bias is there. So how to remove this? What is the powerful weapon? The powerful weapon is education. With education, everybody will understand that education, or we can say that literacy. Literacy, anything is same only, no? Literacy or education. With that, we can remove effectively this gender bias or the social evil from our society completely. We can remove it completely from our society. That is why see Kerala 100% literacy state, and you know that there is a positive sex ratio in that particular state. And even in Himachal Pradesh also, where schooling revolution was there, you can see very clearly that the gender bias is less in Himachal Pradesh. The gender bias is less in Himachal Pradesh. So literacy is the only weapon to fight the gender bias. Literacy is the only weapon to fight the gender bias. So what are the problems of the population, overpopulation? What are the problems of the overpopulation? Very simple, children. First one is lack of resources, water scarcity, land scarcity, even air, fresh air scarcity, all this scarcity of the resources, minerals, everything will be very less. Lack of resources, unemployment. Because of that, the people will not get jobs, so unemployment increases. When unemployment increases, it raises criminality, because everybody will be very unhappy with the government, so it raises criminality in the society. Unrest, social unrest will be there, and due to that criminality will be there. And environmental problems. Environmental problems. You know very well that environmental problems like pollution, global warming, everything occurs due to this overpopulation. These are the different things in a just subheadings you remember, and you can expand them. Lack of resources, unemployment, criminality and social unrest, and environmental problems. These are the different problems of the overpopulation. Tomorrow we'll meet with one more assignment key. Until then, children, have a nice day and good health. Thank you so much.